Welcome back, everybody, to the JustBeCos Podcast, where we talk all things cosplay and life, awesome stuff in general. Let's go.
Nice. My name's Jeremy, and this is...
And I'm Daniella. I
Nice.
was going to interrupt you then, sorry.
What are we talking about today, Danny? What are we talking about today?
We're talking about cosplay etiquette. It's very important. It's very important stuff. Some of us don't remember it and forget it and do little silly things that we shouldn't do. We're here to remind you. Con season is coming.
But I think a lot of it too is maybe there's just a lot of things which people haven't been taught about, or, you know, people need to be explained very literally. This is what you do. This is what you don't do. So we're here to shed some light on this situation if it's a bit confusing. Or maybe you think, I'm a perfect upstanding cosplay citizen. Believe it or not, most of us are not, myself included. So,
and me.
Hey, look, none of us are perfect.
We've all been there.
We've all been there, but we're here to spread the knowledge and spread the love. So it just makes the con experience better for everybody. That's the goal. We're not here to shame anyone. We're just here to help make it a bit better.
Shed some light.
Let's do our part. We'll all individually do our part, and cons can stay wonderful. Now, before we jump into it, Danny, we're going to just tell the wonderful people again a little reminder about our Patreon if you guys don't know about it. So if you haven't already been told, it's the first time listening in, welcome. We've got a Patreon, quite literally called the JustBeCos Cosplay Podcast on Patreon. And for just the cost of a cup of coffee, Australian dollars, by the way, so it's really not much.
Or a cup of tea if you like tea.
Or a cup of tea if you like tea. You can support us on Patreon, where we've got a growing community of cosplayers, cosplay enthusiasts, who are all there to, help each other out, cheer each other on, share each other's, cool tips and tricks for cosplay, and just really get involved in the cosplay community. And maybe you don't know where to start, maybe you don't really have too many people to talk to. It's a good place to be. So, feel free to check it out. Links are all in the description of wherever you can find the description. You'll find our Patreon right there. So consider checking us out if you enjoy our vibe. But let's jump into it, Danny. So cosplay etiquette. Where let's split this into sections, right? Because I think there's different aspects of cosplay culture which we can talk about. Not just being at the con, but also at photo shoots or being online, or just being in certain parts of the convention. I think there's certain things that we need to keep in mind. So, let's start off with if you're a cosplayer, or if maybe you're not a cosplayer, but you want to interact with cosplayers, what are some things we should keep in mind, Danny?
Oh, okay. So first up, wanted to talk about the asking before touching costumes and accessories or anything, any person and anything on that person for that matter. Even if it is getting something off their face, you got to be real careful about that. People can get really upset or scared or offended,
or just looks like, Danny, let me get this hair out of your face. Like,
let me just poke your face, and like, even if you mean well, don't do that.
I think a lot of it really does come down to, if you're not sure, just ask. For the most part,
100%.
So if you're someone who you're not sure how close you are with a particular person, are they a good friend? Are they kind of a friend? But you're not sure if we can have a handshake or a hug or whatever it is, just ask. Just ask.
Oh, yeah.
So...
plenty of times where I've had like a female friend. Well, then we're like not even friends, we're acquaintances. I've just met her and I see she has like something in her hair and I'm like, oh, you want me to like, there's something in your hair, can I just grab that out? And they're always like, oh yeah, of course, yeah, sure. Because I'm just like, oh my God, I like instinctively I want to take it out, but I'm like, oh, you can't just do that. People are like, why is there a hand coming from above?
Oh, let me get that for you, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I think as well, I know my cosplays for the most part towards other cosplayers are pretty good when it comes to being respectful of costumes and knowing how much work goes into something. Because actually, what was that weird? You had a very weird interaction very recently, wasn't it? It was like, oh, hey, can we take a photo together? And it was within the character to choke his enemies or something. And so the first pose that he does with you, is instantly, oh, can we take a photo
Yes.
together? And just grabs your throat. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And like that was my first time meeting them, and even though they're a really lovely person, they clearly didn't understand that that's not okay to do. And like I didn't know at the time whether they were a lovely person or not, or whether I should be alarmed or anything like that. So yeah, it was very intimidating. I definitely think you should ask before doing those things, and
Especially those kinds of things. It's crazy.
and if you think about, I feel like people wouldn't ask as well if they thought about what they were going to ask. Like, could you imagine going up to someone and be like, "Oh, for a photo, can I like choke you?"
No, if you put it like that, no, it's not going to happen. But I think there's a nice way to ask most things. I'm not going to say everything,
Yeah.
but most things. Something like that. It would be like, hey, I know this is a bit of a weird request, but my
Yes.
particular character has this weird thing where to his enemies, he kind of chokes them. And, I'm just doing this thing today where I'm wanting to, just take photos with a lot of different cosplayers. So I was just wondering if you'd be comfortable with, doing a photo with me where it looks like I'm choking you. If you're not comfortable, I understand. But that's a nicer way of asking
That's
it.
the best way.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
hey,
agree.
girl, can I choke you? Like, come on.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh. Anyway.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just ask and just be nice about
Yeah.
it, people.
Yeah,
Oh.
I agree.
Okay, another thing is just complimenting people. I think it's very easy to be like, oh my God, your costume looks amazing. I was like, oh my God, you did a great job on that wig, or your prop looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think it's very easy to compliment in a nice way. Have you had any
It is.
odd compliments, I should probably say?
Yeah, because like it's hard to say. I guess I'm a bit more desensitized because of like, for those who don't know, that I do, OF in the background behind the scenes. I don't put it in people's faces, but
Link in
a lot
bio.
of people know.
You'll find it if you.
Yeah. If you go looking, you'll find it. I made it a bit, hard, but anyway.
Just keep it on the down low. But
Yeah, but because some people know, they think I am open to all sorts of like
propositions.
those
and-
kind
yeah.
of like compliments, and like I'm fine with my friends being like, "Girl, yeah, slay, you look hot, let's go." But then, I had one person DM me once and was like, "Oh, do you have a boyfriend?" And I'm like, "Yes." I'm sorry, like, why? And they're like, "Oh, why are you on here then?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Am I not allowed to post content because I have a boyfriend?"
I talk about this on the other podcast I do with Byron, which is the Just Men podcast. But there's this weird thing where a lot of guys believe that, oh, I'm in a relationship with this person, and if they post sexy pictures of themselves online, they're not faithful. They're a bad woman, kind of.
Yeah.
It's a really weird
It's
line of thinking.
crazy.
I don't know why.
Yeah. It's but in that regard, I am happy for my friends to hype me up.
Yeah.
But if they get weird with it, like, they sometimes they might be like, "Oh, we could do this, or I'd be happy to do like this kind of set or help you out with your, OF." And I'm like, "Whoa, hold your
Whoa,
horses
hold
there,
up.
partner. Hell nah." And even aside from the like cheeky, type stuff, with the craftsmanship, I've even experienced like someone being like, "Oh yeah, you look so good, but the pants, like, they don't look like the character." I'm like, "Well, excuse me.
me. Wow.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were an expert on this character. Oh my God." But like,
I think it all
just little things like that.
it's just like
can be
little
a bit
picking it
offensive.
apart, and it's
Yeah.
like hopefully your parents told you, like mine did. It's, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at
Don't
all.
say it at all.
So
yes.
I think it's a pretty easy thing to live by. It's like, just be kind and say kind things.
Yeah.
You're not going to be
Yeah.
kind, don't say anything.
Yeah,
'Cause,
exactly.
It's weird. Like, we can say this, like, it's randoms who do that. It's not cosplayers who do that. I think cosplayers for the most part are pretty good, but I still see it.
I've had it from cosplayers more than random.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
It's like, oh, because
Yeah.
I am a competition tier cosplay, and I can see that your outfit is not correct.
It's usually the elitist cosplayers though. Like I've seen them pick apart other people's stuff and be like, "Oh, I did it better though," or "I'm that character," like that kind of stuff. And to their face, they'll be like, "Yeah, you look great," and then they'll walk away and they'll be like, "I did it better though." But it's like, oh.
Oh god! Like even when I've done
nasty.
judging before, and obviously you are there to assess someone's outfit. It's a really weird interaction. I'll say it is not just like a black or white thing. It's a spectrum of judges who will just tear you apart or ask us, "Oh, why did you do it like this? This method would have been better." Or versus like, "Oh, you know, this is really interesting. Tell me how you did it." And they'll just be like, interesting. And you don't know if interesting is like, "Oh, wow, that's really inventive," or like, that's a questionable way of doing it.
That's questionable, yeah.
But that to me is the way that, especially if it's something that's opinion-based, that's how judging to me should work, or how it should sound.
Yeah.
Not just like, "Oh, you should have done it like this and did. Because at the end of the day, they're going to come out of that judging room feeling like, "Well, I guess I should just go home now because they obviously didn't like it. So what was the point?"
One common trait that I've noticed, maybe it's because I don't know if this is actually accurate, but a lot of the time the people who have done those kind of compliments or picked apart someone's cosplay are people who are insecure and don't have these amazing, crazy cosplays themselves, which I guess that's up to interpretation, you know, but it's like if you're going to pick apart someone, you would hope you have some sort of ground to stand on. Like you better have created the bestest freaking thing ever if you're going to pull apart my shit. Like if you haven't even made anything and you're going to be like, "You didn't make the pants right." Like you don't even, what do you mean? You don't even know.
You know what it is though?
I
don't even think it's the people who are, you know, world champion, upper echelon kind of costume people either. It's people who are striving to be that level. Because
actually, that is so true.
You know, I've gone to WCS, I've met the judges, I've met other champions from around the world. No one said crap about anyone.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow,
they're all
dude,
super chill.
They're super chill. They're just like, "Dude, you're doing this outfit? That's awesome."
Everyone gets excited. We're all like a bunch of nerds having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
that's the people who are trying to climb I
think the people who are trying to climb particularly are the ones who are trying to one up or say, "I'm better than this person. And this is the reason why, because your pants are not made right." So
goddamn my pants. I never forgot that. I was like, how dare you insult my pants?
How dare you? I don't think you understand. Oh,
these pants are my life.
We're going to go into...
At the time, I kind of brushed it off, but yeah.
We'll go into horror stories at one point in time about like, "All right, Danny, this is what I've rushed and this is what I do. This is what I'll not ever forget."
Yes. So
now, another... Okay, this is something that grinds my gears, Danny. Does it grind your gears when you walk up to someone you haven't seen maybe that day at a con and you guys like, "Wow, Jimmy, how you doing, dude? Haven't seen you in a while."
Yeah.
And they go like, "Oh, I'm really tired."
Oh my God.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Like that's like saying,
like,
how are you?
They leave it at that.
They leave it at that, and they expect you to be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, man, that sucks. Are you okay? Do you want a hug?"
It's so weird.
It's just it brings weird energy to.
It does.
Because
it's like, it's not like they follow up with anything. A lot of the time it's just like, "Oh yeah, you know how it is." Like they look like they had a horrible time. And then they do it again. You're like, "Why are you here if you're so miserable?" I don't understand. Like
sometimes bad things happen. Like, sometimes bad things happen in your day.
Of course.
But
this is true.
It could be one of those things like, "Oh, look, man, just honestly, it hasn't been a really good day. You know, just had some stuff happen. So, I'm not really in a great space to talk. I'm sorry." Yeah, okay, makes sense. But it's like,
that's completely understandable.
I'm tired. If your default answer to someone asking, "How are you?" is, "Oh, I'm tired."
Yeah.
Think about yourself. And because, how would you feel talking to someone who just goes, "Oh, I'm tired"? It gives you nothing to work with. There's nothing to converse about.
It's a people repellent.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't want to talk. Just go away. Okay.
Yeah.
But your excuse was like, "But I am tired." Well, it should be something like, "You know what? I've had how are you?" "Yeah, I've had a great day. I've got to talk to people, got to meet these people, done some shopping. It's been pretty exhausting, not going to lie, but it's been a good day." That's a better way to say, I'm
That is
tired.
100% better. There's so many times when people would come up to me or I've joined conversations and I'd be like, I'm so sorry, my energy isn't as crazy as it usually is. I'm just really tired, but I'm having so much fun and like I'm happy to be here. And people are always like, oh, it's so fun. We're all like living on, one energy drink right now, but let's go.
Let's
Like
go,
good
yeah.
vibes. Let's go to dinner. Let's go have a nap. Like,
Because
so chill.
you just bring the good vibes that way. I think the second that you go,
Yeah.
oh, I'm tired, you kill any vibe that was
yeah.
possible to happen. So
And just in general, I feel humans naturally avoid things that make them feel negative.
yeah,
Like just as a rule of thumb, if you think about people who constantly come to you and all they have to say is something negative, they're always complaining. And like anytime you want to talk about something happy, it turns into something
Miserable,
bad.
yep.
And it's like people end up avoiding them. They're
It's a
gonna play
people
victim
repellent.
all the time.
Negativity is
Yeah,
a people
no one
repellent.
wants to be around that.
And this is
100%.
where people's like, oh, what do I mean? Do I just fake being happy and like just practice being
Get help,
happy.
maybe.
Get help if it's really that bad. But
Yes.
yeah, you should be at an event, like a social event, and enjoying yourself and being social and having fun.
Yeah. Similar to what we spoke about in another episode about like kind of they try to one up as well, like, oh, I've just had such a long day. Like you don't understand. Like I've worked back-to-back shifts and I got 2 hours of sleep, but I'm here. And I'm like, okay, do you want a medal? Like, congrats. You came to your anime con or gaming con and you came here and just told people you feel shit.
You know what it is though? I think it's people like, oh, I don't want to be bragging. I don't want to brag about like, oh, I've had such a good day. I had like extra shifts at work. I got paid double. I got to do all this shopping. I've had such a great day. But
Yeah.
if you do it the opposite, you're trying to be humble. It's like, oh, hasn't been a very busy day today. I'm a little bit tired. It's exactly the same to me. You're just bragging about how bad your day's been, rather than bragging about how good your day's been. So
Yeah.
you're not seeming humble still. It's negativity making it worse. But
I agree. I was gonna for the next thing, I was gonna use an example by interrupting you, but I just can't bring myself to do it.
You're too polite. You're too polite. Okay, Danny,
etiquette.
tell me, what is another interaction etiquette in cosplay that we should be mindful of? Please speak.
Not interrupting people mid photo or mid conversation.
Oh. You know what?
I just can't bring myself.
You know what the worst one is? It's when you're eating, when you're having lunch, and someone's like, "Yeah, bro, can I get a photo?" It's like,
Yeah.
maybe later on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have a mouthful of burger. Can you just chill, bro?
My fingers are covered in sauce. I'm like,
It's like, do I look like?
could you give me a moment to like recollect myself?
Oh,
Or
God.
you've just started, like all the time. I think it's fine when it's like I've just started taking some piece of armor off and someone quickly comes up and is like, I'm so sorry. Can I please get a photo? I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. Excuse my language,
no,
oh my God.
I get you. I get you, girl.
And I quickly put it all back on.
Let's speak from a cosplayer's perspective, because most people listening in would be a cosplayer, right? Say I was dressed as Deku from My Hero Academia, and you were dressed as Toga from My Hero Academia, and you were in the middle of a photo shoot or something, and like, oh my God, that Toga looks awesome. I'd love to grab a photo, right? What would I be like in the middle of that photo shoot? If I see you're taking photos, I would do one of two things. I'll probably do both these things. I'll be like, oh my God, Toga, you look amazing. Do you think later we could get some photos? I say later we get some photos. Would you be like, yeah, no, fuck off, Deku. You don't look good. No.
Be gone, Deku.
Be gone, Deku. Or I'd wait patiently until it looks like you'd finished taking photos, because a photo shoot at a con specifically doesn't take more than, 10 minutes, 15 minutes typically?
Yeah.
Actually, here's a good thought. Would you, if you saw a Deku just waiting to the side, he might like wave at you or something, and you might wave at them back, I suppose.
Yeah.
But if he was just kind of waiting there, would you think that would be creepy? Or would you think it's like, oh, maybe they want to chat?
It depends, I guess. Like if they're sitting down and maybe they're on their phone, I'd be like, oh, it's just, maybe they're waiting for someone or they're chilling.
Yep.
But if they're like standing on the sidelines just staring at me and they're waiting for me to make eye contact with them so I know, like that. So I notice them, I'd be like, oh, okay. Like they're trying their best to make sure I come over to them. And I get uncomfortable with that because it's like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like they're respecting my time. if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it feels like they're entitled. Like I have to drop everything and come over to them. And I get that might not even be their intention. They might just be excited and they're like, please notice me, senpai.
Yeah.
Like, please come get photo. And again, it really depends. Like in a photo shoot setting, I think that's weird. If I'm walking through the con and I see someone's looking at me, maybe points at me, I'll wave. And if they wave back, I'll be like, do you want to like get a photo?
Yeah.
Or, you know, like I'll try and engage. I find it hard to ask that though.
It's a good question though. Like, say you were doing a photo shoot specifically, like you were taking photos, and you wanted to have a chat to someone who was getting their photos taken. You know, how would you approach that situation?
So if it was reversed,
Yeah. Say you were the one wanting to talk to someone getting photos. How would you feel like would be the best way to approach that situation? Because you wanted to talk to them because they look cool.
every time because it's happened a lot.
Yep.
There's been so many times, especially at PAX, you'll notice there's so many photo shoots happening in multiple locations.
Yep.
And sometimes I'll see friends or really cool costumes and I'll be like, oh, they look amazing. And I'm walking by and I'll be like, I'll just come back later or I'll find them later.
Right.
That's my instant thought.
Interesting.
I don't even, it could be because I am a little bit shy despite what people might think. Like I do get shy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll be like, oh, I don't want to bother them. Like I just don't want to impose on their space. I'll just come see them,
Sometimes see them
another
later.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I just like hope I'll cross paths with them again.
It's interesting because I'm 50-50 with that mindset. I 100% understand where you're coming from and I agree with that wholeheartedly. But there's also been times in which it's not the end of the world if we don't speak. You know, if it's like, oh, well, if we didn't speak together, that sucks. But there's also those times which that might be the only time that you'll see them at the convention. So
It might be like the end of the day.
it might be end of the day, or even it's just like, oh, you don't know if you'll see this person. They might go home early. Who knows what factors are involved. So to that matter, what I've, rather than just hanging around waiting for them to finish, which is something it looks like, especially if they come over to the photographer, they look at the camera kind of thing. I wait.
That's the moment.
That's the moment when they're not in the middle of a pose, when they're not in the middle of taking a photo, and maybe the photographer needs to adjust some settings or something. I usually take that little break to tell them, it's like, oh my God, like your character looks amazing. Do you reckon we can grab a photo later? That's usually my go-to. I was like, because most of the time it's like, yeah, that's cool.
I like that.
And it's like, oh, look, just take your time, no rush. And, after they finish the photo shoot, then we'll have a chat. So
yeah, I could see that. I like that. That's cool because I'd be like, I'm so sorry to be a pain, but can I please get a photo with you later?
Again, it's not even about the photo most of the time. It's more just like, oh, cool, this is like a really cool person. I love this series. Is there a vibe here?
Yeah.
Cool. Then that's how you'd start that conversation. But
so nice.
kind of streamlining that into another part is photography etiquette, right? If you are someone who takes photos of someone else doing a photo shoot mid-pose, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. We're going to send the cosplay police after you.
Guilty. Jail.
Because
I agree.
I mean,
it's always important to ask.
You've probably been in that situation where you're doing a photo shoot with a friend or with a photographer or just getting some photos on your own phone, but someone will just walk by with their phone camera out. They're just going to be like, take the photos while you're posing.
Yeah.
And
it's so interesting because I'm a bit oblivious, so I haven't witnessed it, but I've had friends tell me, be like, oh my God, that guy just blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, what? Where'd they go? They're gone now. Oh, okay. Like I'm just in my own world a lot of the time, which is so bad. I have I shouldn't even probably say this. I don't really have very good awareness of my surroundings, which is why I get lost a bit easily.
Oh, you're one of those anime characters, I see.
Yeah, like just quickly, mine and Byron's first date, he came to Sydney and I'm meant to be the one to guide us, but I got us lost. So he had to figure it out. He was so good though.
I'm sure you found that as a very attractive trait. It's like, wow, a man who knows where he's going. Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm in good hands. I'm safe. I'll be fine. Yeah. So Byron or friend or anyone aside from me is usually better
directions
with those things and notices things. But yeah, it depends as well. Like it's so funny. Like I feel like I'm more aware if maybe it's just me and one other person and I feel like but I don't know, instinctively I feel they're more fragile than me. So I have like this hawk mode where I'm like looking out for predators and I'm like, where are they? Don't come near my girl. I'll mess you up.
Danny,
like, it's just like instinct. That
it's nice of you to do that, but please watch out for yourself. Like that's also very important.
But sticking on the topipic of, asking
photos,
before taking a photo, 100%.
The drive-by photographers is like, bro, what are you getting out of this? I don't know, because those photos are going to be awful as well.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah. I'm like, please don't do me dirty like that. Like, get my good side.
I know it's the whole thing of like, my photo, I'll do what I want with it. Like, I can post if I want. It's like, why are you posting a crap photo then? Like, at least take a nice photo. At least let me pose.
Yeah, give me a chance. Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if it's because they're shy. I don't know.
Even if you are shy, be polite.
You shouldn't. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, dear.
Blocking walkways as well.
Actually, that's a big one. That's a big one. It's, if someone's
don't block walkways.
Can I take a photo with you, man? It's like, yeah, okay, let's move over here to the side where there's no one walking, and it's a bit easier to do it that way. I think for the most part, though, I like to do just selfies with whoever's taking the photo because they want to see a photo of themselves in the picture as well. So I always like to be like, oh, bro, do you want to photo the costume or do you want to jump in here? Do you want to take a photo with me? I usually as well, just for the fun of it, you're holding a prop or something. It's like, here, bro, do you want to hold my sword? And they'll be like, oh my God, that's awesome.
I do that too.
Yeah, it's fun.
I love the reaction. It's so good.
Yeah. So,
so nice. I love that. That's really cute.
Yeah.
I feel like as the cosplayer too, because when I first started, I think I wasn't as confident. So if you're starting out, I can understand it's a bit hard to guide where the photo is being taken, like to say, oh, let's go to the side. Like you just like go, oh, okay, yep, I'll just stand here. Like, you're not as comfortable or confident yet. But try practicing guiding the photo to be taken somewhere less traffic.
Well, you can, because even as the cosplayer, it's like, oh, you want to take a photo? Sure, man. Let's just move to the side because they're not going to take the photo until you're ready. And if you're going to move to the side to be ready, then you've got the power. You've got the power.
Yeah, you have the power. And sometimes security will do it for you if you don't anyway. Like ICC are very strict. If you're blocking a walkway, they'll tell you to move. Like you can't even stand there. It's crazy. Constant traffic is needed. Yeah.
I think I like going to the Sydney Convention Centre because it is very well managed. It's just there's lots of places to move and stand and sit, so it's not. Yeah. Just get out of the walkway. There's heaps of space to go elsewhere. So.
Yeah. But and no photo bombing.
Oh, if it's your mates, that's fine.
That's okay. But don't photobomb some stranger's thing. Yeah. I love it when friends photobomb my stuff because I'm like, oh, there's your cheeky little head there. Unless it's like a photo shoot or even if like if someone asks a friend to take a photo of them, I would never insert myself. Like I feel I don't know, I just can't unless the friend is like, come. Like I just feel weird because the person is asking for a photo of my friend and her costume or their costume, whoever it is. I will never just be like, oh yeah, like clearly that includes me. Like I don't know how you feel about that one, Jeremy, but I could never do that.
Yeah. No, I get you. No, that makes sense. I agree.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I will wait until the person taking the photo wants me in it. Yeah,
it's
and a lot of the time
it's a bit weird though when people are like, oh, hey, can I take a photo of your costume? Oh, not you, just this one. I'm like, yeah, sure, bro. Sure, bro.
I definitely think it's weird if you're from the same series and
as
they
well.
Only want the one specific person. It's like, oh, you hate me.
It's okay. I have a theory.
That's a joke though.
So say there is 2 people from a series. Say it's like you and Byron and you're both from Street Fighter or something and you're dressed up as Cammy or something, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, no, I just want a picture with Cammy. It's like, then, hey, Cammy, can I get your snap since I'm here anyway? That's what I mean. I think that's the theory. It's like, oh, I just want to talk to this person. But
yeah, there definitely are people like that.
Look, I think people use photos, and I think it's a good way to start conversations. It's like, hey, you look really cool. Like, I'd like to take a photo. You start talking, blah, 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 blah. But if it's going to be one of those things where you completely isolate this person from who they're obviously with their friends to do it.
Yeah.
It just makes you look really weird.
Yeah.
It makes you look really weird. Like, oh, I don't want to know your friends. I don't want to know that
Yeah.
you're hanging out with someone else today. So
It's so interesting because, like, as someone who's been in group cosplays too, sometimes people will come up and only want photos of specific characters. Like, let's just say it's like a JJK group and they see Gojo.
yeah,
And there's like him. No, I was going to say Chainsaw Man character then. Oh my God. There's like Maki and Nabara, people cosplaying those characters, but they're like, no, I want a photo with Gojo. Like, oh my God, Gojo, please can we get a photo? I get it because there's such a popular character as well. Like, I'm not going to get offended if I'm Maki and they're like, don't want a photo with me with Gojo. Because again, some characters are just more popular than others.
that's true.
They might not even watch JJK. They just see Gojo on merch and think he looks cool. And they're like, oh, you're that character.
I've never really had that happen to me before where it's like, oh, you're that character. Can I take a picture? It's usually like, oh, which character are you? You look really cool. Can I take a photo? Like, it's more like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thinking more of like extremes too. Like, let's just say someone's in like this huge, crazy armor and maybe their little friend is in like a cute schoolgirl outfit. And
maybe they are from the same series, right? But
I mean, they could be, but let's just say they clearly aren't.
Right.
And someone asks for a photo with the cool armored person.
Makes sense.
The cute little Sailor Moon person, I'm not going to insert myself into a photo with like some crazy.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is one of those things where it's like, yeah, you're obviously from the same series.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's those people who don't know that you're from the same series, but they just think you look cool. But
situational, hey.
I suppose it is situational. Yeah. Interesting.
My personal thing is I don't insert myself unless I'm asked. And usually if, like me and Byron, for instance, we do a lot of matching stuff. And whenever someone asks Byron for a photo, he'll sometimes be like, do you want one with like Daniella too? Like, let's just say I'm Bulma, who's Vegeta. Oh, do you want Bulma in the photo too? Like, it looks good with the same thing. And if they say, oh no, it's like, oh yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, we're used to it. It happens vice versa too.
I think it's nice that he asks though. That's a really nice way of kind of introducing
he's so sweet.
it. So, but no, you're
Always
right.
make sure everyone gets involved.
Maybe it is more situational than I think.
I'll never just insert myself. I'll wait for the person
Just
being
wait
asked
for
either
it.
offers or the photographer offers. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. I like that. Okay, so that's photography in a nutshell. There's a lot of I hate the drive-by photographers. Just I think asking again is just very, very simple. And if you want to talk to someone who is doing a photo shoot, just wait for a good moment and just ask again. So
yes.
Again, people say no. Don't take it personally. Who knows what's going on in their life? So, but let's move on a little bit to etiquette with social media and being online.
Oh yes.
So,
yep.
I think one big thing we've already mentioned this before in the past, but when it comes to crediting, that's a big etiquette easy thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Right? If you're gonna repost something or you want to post a photo that you were in as well with your friends, just tag whoever's in it. Tag whoever was involved. It takes a minute to, if you can't remember their name, or just search it up, message them, whatever it is.
Yeah. Or even post it as in the caption, be like, look, I don't know the usernames of these people. If you know, please
reach
tag
out,
them
please
so
tag
I can
them.
tag them. Yeah.
That's the best way to do it.
It shows you care. Yeah. It's so important.
I think.
Yeah, tagging is very important.
Yeah, I think public conversation is another one. Public conversation and DMing. There's a time and there's a place for certain conversations. Some of them, if it's about a general discussion about the post itself, yeah, absolutely. Put it in a comment. If it's something personal,
yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Send them a DM. Like, that's between you and them. You don't need to air out grievances out in the comments to show everyone, yeah, I'm right. Yeah, you've done me dirty and you owe me money and you like, just send a DM.
Starting drama on the post, yeah.
I think that's typically where drama happens.
Oh yes.
Actually,
agree.
Danny, what's your opinion about people sharing stories about their opinions or their thoughts about certain aspects of life? It could be an event in the cosplay community. It could be something about the state of the world or politics or whatever. but they put on their story and it's like a wall of text.
Oh,
What are your thoughts about this?
So, okay, this is a tricky one because obviously everyone uses their social media for different things. It just really depends. Like some people use it as their personal blog and that's fine. But I am also allowed to not want to read and invest myself into what it is you're posting on your story. I don't have to agree or disagree or like it or say, yeah, you're right. Whereas a lot of people I feel sometimes they post things with the automatic assumption that everyone agrees with them and will agree with them and will jump on board with whatever belief they have. For me personally, as a cosplayer and with my profile, I like to keep it professional because I'm fun, but I mean, I'm not going to share my political opinions or beliefs or charities. No, not charities. Sorry, that sounds bad. Like GoFundMes that I'm supporting. Like I will support things in my own way and involve people in my own way, but I keep it separate to my cosplay. Like my cosplay account is for sharing my cosplay and my craft and people and fun things and yay, happy times because I see enough of it already.
Yeah.
All the negativity and all the bad things that are happening. And I would like to hope that people know that I'm aware and don't feel the need to lecture me on what's happening around the world. Like I know what's going on. I see it everywhere, but I like to keep my space, strictly for cosplay and friends and fun and good times. And it's definitely a tricky one because I know a lot of people will disagree with me and be like, no, you should post everything you agree with in politics and social issues and matters and war.
Or even just cosplay drama where there's certain things happening. Some people will say, this is my personal opinion, this is what's happened, or I'm involved in it for these reasons, so you should side with me. It's again, I think in a way, it's the same thing with negativity and positivity, and even in person, it's like the first thing someone says to you as soon as they meet you is like, oh, how's your day been? Oh, this and this happened, had such a bad day, meh, right?
Yeah.
I get it. People need a place to talk, but again, time and place. And personally, my viewpoint is with social media part, especially venting online and online space in your stories or whatever it is, people are going to see that and people are going to associate that with negativity. It's like, oh, this person, like maybe once you do it, it's like, okay, like I see this is a tough situation that you're in. I'm empathetic towards your cause. But when it starts to become a habit, when you start to just complain, about something in your day or
it's like 10 slides of it.
I'm like, then I have found a wonderful button on Instagram called mute. It's not unfollow, it's mute. Yeah. So I have muted quite a few people. Again, I think maybe I give them one or two chances of like, okay, cool, maybe you've had a bad day. But when I notice it starts to become something they consistently do where they just air out their dirty laundry or their grievances online, I will mute them because, I understand you've got stuff you're going through. But to me personally, if you've got something personal going on in your life that, you want some support, you want some empathy, talk to your close friends about it.
Yeah, because I agree.
Getting like a like or like, oh my God, babe, are you okay kind of thing from, I don't know, people I am not that close to, it doesn't really serve much.
No.
So
I agree. And that's so true. I just lost what I was going to say. I was just like deep in thought. I was like, yeah, Jeremy, like you're so right. And then I was going to give an example and I lost it. But no, I 100% agree. And
but I'm with you.
Like you said, if it's a one-off thing, it's fine.
Maybe once in a while.
I was going to say I'm guilty of it too.
Yeah.
I was like, people who've been there from the beginning have seen. I have shared things. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I'll share it once to my story. And that's the thing. It's kind of like when they're shoving it down your throat, it's like, okay, look, I get it. I know this is bad and you're passionate about it, but you don't need to harp on about it every day, constantly. Like we all know, but it's hard because I know they have good intentions as well. Well, at least you'd hope they do.
At the same time, if it's I'll say that if it's like a personal thing, so it's like, oh, my dog passed away or something, it's like, that sucks, man. I'm empathetic.
Yeah.
But then next day it's like, oh man, I dropped my box of KFC. oh man, my car broke down. It's just one thing after another, which you just have to air. Then it's like,
Yeah.
come
It's
on, man,
too much.
it's too much. But if it's something political, something about the world, something that you're deeply passionate about, you do you. Because I think people will voice their opinions or they will show their support in ways that they choose to do. So
Exactly.
I don't think there's a wrong or right way to do that specifically. But
Nah.
if it's personal grievances between maybe you and another person, man, just keep that between you and the other person. It doesn't need to be like, I'm right, they're wrong, everyone needs to believe me. That's...
Yeah, for me, any negative post, whether it's personal or political, I just try to avoid. Again, like you said, a once-off thing, but every single day, constantly, many slides, walls of text.
It's tiring.
Like, it doesn't matter
it's
if
tiring.
it's personal or
I can't be bothered to read
anything.
through it.
I'm like, it's too much. Like, oh my God. And it doesn't mean I don't like you. It's just like, I don't need that negativity. Negativity.
Yeah.
And just quickly, it can also, if you want to be professional, like get professional with cosplay, it can ruin your opportunities as well. Like even with being monetized, like you'll see on YouTube and Twitch as well, they will have monetization setbacks. And it's if you're going to do politics or talk about deep or dark matters, sometimes it can cut what you get monetized on because there are a lot of companies who don't want to work or be advertised on content like that. Not everything, but it can restrict your opportunities as well.
It does.
Just depends.
It does shape a certain image of you, whether you like it or not. What you post will become what is a reflection of you, and it is true. Because I will say, people who are the kind of people who will talk a lot or complain a lot about things in their life online, they are typically also the kind of people who I meet at conventions who, as soon as I meet them, they want to tell me about their life story. It's like, oh man, I'm tired. Well, just like you said.
Yeah.
And they're not ideally the kind of people I generally prefer to hang around because that's the kind of person they are. So if you feel like this is you and you want to say, no, I don't want that to be me, a good way to start changing is stop saying I'm tired when someone asks how you are. But also when you do post about things online and you feel like you need to vent, you need to air out your grievances, instead of putting it on a public platform, have a chat to a good friend. Talk to someone you're close to get some support, get some empathy. Maybe, go bowling or something. So you do that, it'll, it doesn't feel like it needs to be a public thing to air out. But that to me is my number one pet peeve is the airing of these sadness online, I suppose. So
it's also just quickly hard, I feel, because like the reason why I know I've gotten to this point is because I'm a very empathetic person and I unfortunately get myself mentally involved too much in other people's emotions. Like if you're constantly telling me you feel really shit, I'm going to start feeling it too. Like I will grieve with you. Like I really feel people's bad vibes and I bring myself down and I try, like I invest myself too much into making people happy. So I've had to set boundaries and mute and like pull away, because if you surround yourself with negativity, you're going to see it reflect on you. Like you're going to be negative.
I'm proud of you, Danny. You're taking care of yourself in that way. That's nice. But
thank you.
I also feel like you've got the kind of personality. This is a good thing. I feel like you've got the kind of personality that people see you as someone who's warm and welcoming, and you'd be someone who would listen to somebody. And I think that's very easy to see. So unfortunately, I think people take advantage of that in some respects. It's like, oh, Danny,
you're the same, Jeremy.
I don't know. I am a guy, so that changes things a little bit because
that's true.
You're a lady who is more warm and welcoming and empathetic, and guys can't be like that. That's the thing that goes through. But
no, I know what you mean.
Appreciate the sentiment either way. But yeah, no, I think it's good that you have that separation because obviously we all want to help people as much as we can in the world, but we all have a limit. We can only do so much with certain people. So that's why typically we help out our besties, the people that we are close to, or our family, because they're the ones who we're close to. So but yeah, that's what we get for being a little bit kind. Kindness is a good thing. I want to.
Kindness is very good.
It's a good thing. I don't want to take that away.
You have to protect yourself too. You gotta, people need to respect your time and space as well. You can't be there for everyone 24/7 as much as you might want to.
I actually just remembered a little reel I made a little while back. It was the definition between kindness and selfishness. Right? You're like, but they're completely separate, Jeremy. What do you mean? So, because it's like, how do you differentiate between, being kind because you want to listen to someone, but also taking care of yourself? If you say, no, I can't talk to you today, is that being selfish? Right?
I struggle with that.
So here, this is the little video I made, Danny. Maybe I'll share it later again. But this is how you define the difference between kindness and being kind and like standing up for yourself, right? Because you do have to set boundaries. Okay. So when we've got needs on this side and wants on this side, right?
Okay.
So something like a want is like, I want to go to the shop to buy Pokemon cards, right? But someone's like, I need to go to the hospital because I'm feeling sick. Yeah. Right? That's pretty good example. So if it's like, if you place someone else's need over your wants, that's being kind. Yeah. Right? Because you're placing their needs over your wants. When you place your wants over someone else's needs, that's being selfish. Right? Yes. That's pretty easy. Now, this is what happens is when you place someone else's wants, say someone else wants to get Pokemon cards, but you need to go to the hospital. When you place your needs over their wants, that's just self-respect, right? Because you need to take care of your needs. But the second that you place their wants over your needs, that's when you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah. That's such a good way of explaining it. I feel called out.
So, if you're not sure where you stand with, wanting to help someone and wanting to put yourself first, just ask yourself, is this a want or a need? And it will get a bit tricky when it's a need versus a need. Yeah. Right? At that point in time,
this is true.
You should try and prioritize yourself, because if you both need to go to the hospital, take yourself to the hospital first before you can help someone else. Yeah. Right?
I love that. It's like that saying, I think Byron taught it to me once. He was saying something like, when your own house is on fire, why would you try and put out someone else's? Or something like that.
That's a very good one. Yeah.
You have to put out your own fire before putting out everyone else's fire.
That's exactly right. And I think some people get stuck into a trap. This is like a social dynamics thing now. Some people get stuck in the trap where they don't know how to help their own self, their own needs. So they spend all their time and energy focusing on other people's problems and ignoring their own, which obviously digs them into a hole. So that's why self-respect and self-care is so important, because you can only take care of other people once you put out your own house fire, right? So
that's so true. I've also seen people use, like, they've masked a want as a kindness too. Like, they'll be kind and try and get you, like, act like they really just want your company, but it's just they really want you to do something for them. Like, I don't know how to explain this. Like,
you got this, Danny.
It's a good example.
I believe.
My brain is farting. Like, it's kind of like when people act like their love is unconditional and they do all these things for you, and then later on you find out they'll use it against you.
Oh, they use it as leverage, right?
Yeah, and they only did it because it was something they wanted. Like, come to this with me. And it's like, I can't afford it. It's, I have something on. Oh, it's okay, I'll pay for it. I'll just cancel that event. I'll just come with me anyway. Like, it's just count this as a birthday present. Like, it's nothing. Right. Like, and then you're like, okay, they're like begging me. I guess I'll just cancel my plans and drop everything and do this thing with them because it makes them happy, even though I have no interest in whatever this is. Maybe they don't want to go alone. Yep. And then, something happens, they use it against you, and they're like, after everything I've done for you, like, I was happy to spend money on you, and yet here we are. And it's like, so it was conditional.
Yeah, it's conditional.
Like,
I think the second that someone weaponizes something like that is a really good indication of, like, okay, you know what? Let's settle this. If you want that $50 back, take it. I don't want anything to do with you again. We're done.
100%.
So
it's scary. I have a really big it's hard for me to accept people's kindness sometimes just because I'm afraid they'll use it against me.
Of course.
It's so tricky.
Especially if it's coming from a place that doesn't feel genuine or doesn't come, it doesn't feel like they are going to do something for nothing. A lot of people will say, oh, well, nothing in the world is free. It's always got to come with a condition. No, that's not how it is. There's a difference, again, between being kind and wanting to do something because it's an exchange of values. Just like guys trying to date girls. Where it's like, let me buy you these flowers and dinner and date. You owe me coming home with me to my place. No, that's
owe me the naughty times now. Yeah,
that's not kindness. That's being a nice guy.
It's really bad.
That's being a nice guy. Yeah. That's a whole episode in itself. Let's.
Oh man, could easily delve into that.
Oh, cosplay nice guys. Ooh, that's. Okay. Okay. We're to the end with this little bit of a segment we wrote down. I just want to get through. So we're talking a lot about cosplay etiquette. Nice guys is a different subject. We'll keep that to the side for now. Now this is let's bust some cosplay myths. Just pick our favorites here, Danny. We wrote this all down, by the way.
Ooh.
So I want to go with. Yeah, you know what? Let's go because I want to think from a cosplayer's perspective. A lot of this might be coming from you know what? If you're going to a cosplay convention, this is how you respect cosplays. That's kind of what we've written down, right? But if we're going to think from a cosplayer's perspective, I'm going to go with the one that we wrote down, the fourth one. If you have to stop everyone who takes a photo, this kind of goes.
I was looking at that.
Yeah, like this goes back to, again, self-respect. If you know, it's good to want to go get a photo with your favorite cosplay. It's good to go get a photo with your mates. But again, you could also be the person getting photographed. So this is self-care as a cosplayer. You don't have to say yes to every photo. For one, it's not going to make you look like a better person. It's not going to make you look famous or whatever. Because there's simply times like, man, I got to go to the bathroom. I'm busting.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't have had that soda this morning. And you can be kind about it. It's like, hey, man, appreciate it. Do you mind if I just run off and do this thing real quick? I'll be back. Right? Or same thing, on the way to a competition, judging, where, you know, you're wearing a big costume and it's like, oh my God, that looks sick. Can I take a photo? But it's like, same thing. Just say, hey, look, man, I really appreciate it. I'd love to get a photo with you, but right now I have to run and do X, Y, Z.
I agree.
So it's okay if I just come back at some other time later today and we'll get a photo. I'll be glad to.
I agree.
You don't have to be like,
100%.
No, not taking a photo with
Be gone.
me. Be gone.
Yeah, Byron is really good at that. I get a bit like I get worried that people think I'm a bad person. Unless it's someone I know, like I know they're going to be more understanding. I'll be like, I'm so sorry, I'm just in a rush. But when it's a random, I'm like, oh, I don't want that to be their first interaction with me.
Oh, you're very
sweet. Like when we MC'd Smash,
Yeah.
like we were in, you know, we had a strict time schedule when we MC'd. And there was a point when me and Byron were walking back to the staff room because we were preparing to do the panel. And we kept getting stopped. And, you know, Byron had to be like, real quick, and then someone else would be coming and he'd be like, look, I'm sorry, we don't have time, we have a paddle to go do. And a lot of time they'd be fine with it. But he was really good at putting his foot down and being like, guys, we have like a minute to be to our location, like I'm sorry, we can't stop. Or he'd be like, real quick, if you can't snap it like in 2 seconds, we can't, like. But I find it hard to do. I'm still learning. When it's friends, I can be like, oh my God, hi, oh my God, yeah, I'm just gonna go pee, I'm sorry, bye. And usually they'll have a giggle because I'm like, I'm busting, like, I'm gonna pee my pants. I'll get a photo with you later. But strangers, I get really anxious. I'm like, please don't think I hate you.
well, you know, we always want to make good impressions when we first meet someone, but it's not always possible. Just it's like you said, you know, are you going to think badly of someone that you met once, or you're like, I kind of wait till the second time I meet them, right? And, you know, hopefully other people do the same thing. Or they're like, wow, Daniella, what a bitch. She didn't stop for a photo. How dare she? Like,
some people like that though too, or they've met you once, so they think you're best friends now, and they're like, how come you don't talk to me all the time or ask for photos or photograph me? And it's like, who are you again? I'm so sorry. Like, we met once.
I'm pretty bad with names. So whenever someone, because sometimes people will be like, oh my God, Jeremy, I haven't seen you in ages. I'll be like, yeah, man, nice seeing you again. How's your day been? So I always try to, and what I try to do, nice and sneaky, Danny, you can use this strat. Let's be like, oh, you know, either we took that photo together. It's like, oh, just double check. Are we following each other on Instagram? I hope we are. What was your username again? So you look up the
Yes.
username because people don't remember cosplay names. That's fine. But you look on the cosplay and it's like, oh yeah, their name was Paul. Nice. I'll remember that.
Yep.
So
Oh,
guys, do me a favor
myself getting
and
stuck.
on your Instagram, put your name there so I can remember your name.
I have my tactic is if I'm introducing people, I'm like, oh no, I don't remember anyone's names. I'll be like, do you guys prefer your real name or your Instagram name? And they're like, oh, just this blah blah blah.
That's a
I'm
good
this
one.
person.
That's
I'm
a
like,
good one.
"Ah." Sometimes they don't, and they'll just say, oh, Instagram name's fine. I'm like, could you please say it?
What was your Instagram name again?
Yeah, what is it again? I forgot. And I'm like,
See, I think people are more
Okay,
forgiving
so
of
funny.
forgetting an Instagram name than their real name.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
what was your Instagram again?
yeah, it's like,
That's a good strat. I like that. Just being like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
do you prefer your because number of times I've doxed bloody Oof.
I was gonna say, imagine if you just did it then and there.
Oh no,
that would've been so
I'm
funny.
listening. I'm listening to myself, so don't worry.
I've done the same with Momo as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so sorry. Yeah. The cosplay myth I wanted to quickly go into was the only handmade cosplays count.
Yep.
And I am always so against that. I feel like there are people.
Do you still feel
I
like
don't know if
people
it's-
like tear that apart? It's like, oh, you bought that? Ugh, guess you're not as good as me.
Yeah.
You reckon? Interesting.
Yeah, there are so many people like that. And I've known people who will, like, you won't catch them dead buying a cosplay because it's like, I'm not a cosplay unless I have made everything. And it's like, no.
That's just a sense of personal pride at that point. But, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's like, you do you, but don't judge other people.
In this day and age, I feel like a majority of people buy theirs because it is just so accessible.
Yeah.
And I think that's great because it just means we've got more cosplayers running
Me
around.
too.
Right?
Agree.
Because, God, number of costumes I would have bought if I didn't have to make them, I would have just bought a majority of them, honestly. Because
yeah. And because it costs a lot. It's a lot of time and a lot of money.
The amount of time you
with
save,
costumes.
you just save it.
You have to absolutely love that character in your bones if you're going to make
I
it.
think you have to love the process of making costumes
Yes,
to really
too.
make it. Because rather than just... Because I will make anything I can't buy, which is unfortunately a lot of the crap that I watch and like to do.
Yeah. Yep.
So nowadays, like, I have to really like the character if I can be bothered making it these days. But I really think you have to
Exactly.
enjoy the process of making, because I think any of the people who are really, really up there with their craftsmanship, they quite enjoy just making stuff, which is why they're so good at it. So,
Exactly.
wearing
it's
it.
like their full time.
Yeah, it's like their full-time thing, but, just wearing it
Yeah.
is a bonus. Getting put up in makeup and wearing is a bonus, but making it,
Yeah.
that's the stuff.
So good. There have been a lot of times where I've heard people not even like that they made something. They're like, yeah, I made this, but like all I've heard is them complaining about the process of making it. And like, I get it. It's stressful. Like when I did Rolana, I cried. I was like, I can't do it. I'm not going to get it done in time. The world is ending. But then I'd be like, okay, back to work. And I'd be like, Byron, look what I did. Like a kid with like a shitty drawing. I'd be like, look at my artwork. And he'd be like, oh, good job. And I'd get excited and post it.
Well, that's just it. You enjoy, maybe the process of making it isn't the best, or you don't like it that much, but you enjoy being able to hit those little milestones of like, yeah, this is finished. I got to do this part. And that brings you satisfaction and joy, which if you really hate doing that, just buy it. If you enjoy wearing it and showing off to friends and making TikToks more than making, just buy it. You're still a cosplayer like Danny and I. Like, you're not...
And so many of those big cosplayers you look up to buy a lot of their costumes too. Not all of them make every single thing.
And you know what? All those top ones, the good ones, are going to be like, holy crap, you bought that? You look awesome. They're not going to give you crap for it. The ones on the way up who give you crap for it. Don't follow them. They're not a good example for this community. Avoid. Don't like it.
Agreed.
Oh.
That was good.
Anyway, so... I really enjoyed this episode. This went by
this
real
is
good.
fun.
This is a fun one.
There's so much to discuss. It's really hard not to go overboard.
I am watching the clock as we go by. It's like, all right, we have to like hit these markers and make sure we squeeze it all in. We had to skip through it.
I had a quick look and I was like, oh.
No, it's okay. I would like to, at some stage, Danny, especially dive into your experiences as an attractive lady in the cosplay scene. Talk about nice guys in cosplay. Probably, if anything, so it'll be my understanding of how to not be a nice guy and just be a decent human being, but also your perspective on, how to deal with it in a way that is both putting your foot down for yourself, but also not coming across as, just a completely
a bitch,
nasty person. And, I think a lot of the time people standing up for themselves is always the right thing to do. But the way in which it's people portray, it's not your fault because you're just standing up for yourself. But obviously there's better ways that we can go about it that would make everybody kind of learn from the experience or get better. So anyway, for con etiquette, I don't think that there's one right way to cosplay. There's not one right way to cosplay, but there is a good way to treat people. And that's the key. You've probably heard all about wear deodorant, have a shower, brush your teeth. Like, guys, take care of yourself. Minimum. Take care of yourself. Eat food. Don't just have a boy breakfast and have a mother and
have a break. Sit down.
Have a Kit Kat.
You don't have to be there as soon as it opens unless you have something on. But get there when you want to. If you don't have plans, just
after midday for me, perfect time.
Yeah, literally.
After midday. I'm not doing cons before midday anymore. That's it. Unless I'm doing a panel. Yes. Danny, that panel I had to do on Smash Sunday morning at bloody 10 a.m. That was rough.
That was pretty painful. You did great though.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Oh man, it is pain. But just respect each other. Have fun. And if you're not sure, ask as well.
That's the biggest
thing.
So
important.
If you're shy, ask. You're going to go real far, not just in cosplay, but you're going to go real far in life if you just make the effort to talk to people, even if you're scared.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
As what'd your science teacher say? No question is a dumb question.
Exactly.
Just nothing. I was going to say, be smart about it, but if we have to spell it out, it's don't ask something too personal about their love life or their. Okay, that we'll go into nice guy.
Really weird.
Nice guy territory. We'll talk about that later. Okay.
I was going to say,
but
and ask for their feet pics.
No, don't do that, boys. Don't do that. Anyway, if you enjoyed our vibe and you like what we talk about, feel free to check us out on our socials. On Instagram, we're posting something every day. And more than that, if you really like what we do and you want to support us for the price of a coffee, just a coffee, an Australian coffee per month, check out our Patreon or a tea. Check out our Patreon at the JustBeCos Cosplay Podcast on Patreon. Links are all in the description. Join the fam, join the community. We've got a growing community of people who just want to support each other, get tips and tricks from the cosplay community from around the world, and share progress so we can hype you up. It's a good place to be.
Please, keen.
Yeah, good.
Excited.
Anyway, good job, Danny. I'll give you a high five if you were in the same room as me, but we're not. But we did it.
Damn.
Excellent.
That's the sound effect.
We'll be back next week with another episode, but if you've made it this far, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Bye.